Ah. Anyway, yeah, using a different camera. It's one of the old style cameras, a little bit heavy. Digital video stuff and whatever. Tapes, whatever. Anyway, but I do like, they tend to be better cameras. But this light is not good. Yeah, maybe I'll try to turn the light off, see what it does. Let's just see what it does for the hell of it. Does alright. There. Yeah, I get better. Yeah. That fluorescent light is just death. I gotta do something with that. It's too much. Anyway, I'm finishing up some more of these TED Talk things. Yeah, you can look through the viewfinder. Well, anyway. Alright, this guy here. Alright. Ooh, look at that. I'm pointing at him. Okay, anyway. Alberto Cairo. Alright, so he talks about Afghanistan. People, get their legs blown off and all that. Ooh. Okay, well, yeah. Cameras always do that. They lose their saturation level. There, now we're normalized again. Yeah, I'll just do that all the time, just slow things down. Anyway, so he's talking about Afghanistan and, these people that lose their legs and it's all this bullshit, and he's got this little sad story and it's nice and all that crap, but it's just a bunch of nothing. I'm sorry, it's just, there's a million of these little stories. And, these people almost talk like, well, yeah, we really took care of the problem. And now the problem is so fucking big and you took care of one little bit of the problem. And, people just keep thinking that somehow we're getting the job done. No, the job's not getting done most of the time. The job doesn't get done. And people just die in the gutter. Anyway, this guy. How healthy living. Oh, so this is like a comedy routine or something. I don't know. He wrote a book, and he's just selling his book, and that's all this is about. So it was real bullshit. Just he spends this gamey stuff. Spend a year doing what they say to do on the news or something or whatever. He spent a year standing on his head or something, and then anyway, so he decided to do a year eating the right way and exercising and doing all that stuff, and I can't remember what his point was. He really didn't have one. So fuck him. Yeah, it's stupid. It was just wasting my time. Alright, Jane Fonda. This is apparently they have a TED just for women, which is really lame, but whatever. So she's talking about life's third act, and yeah, it's nice that she's whatever, getting up there, 70 something, I don't know. She's officially an old lady, and I guess she's 75. Yeah, halfway through the third act. She kind of gave it away. So yeah, she looks really good for 75 and all that kind of crap, but that doesn't supposed to matter anyway. But anyway, yeah, it's really just bogus for these people who have this, great actualized life where they have all kinds of power they can exercise, to talk about how great it is to get old. But, if you don't got any money and you're just barely scraping by, getting old has got to really, 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 really suck. And, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, there's no perspective. Everything just turns to shit. That's the way it is. It all turns to shit. Stupid. Alright, this guy, Patty. He did, I don't know, he was talking about some sort of war stuff or a conflict or something. I mean, just a pile of crap. It's just absolute useless mush. Wasting my time. Alright. Didn't I do this word guy? Oh yeah, I did it because that was the video itself I thought was meritorious of such discussion. So anyway, this is the guy who does the reducing things to 7 words, and in the end he ends up with this stupid something the blank, I can't remember what the words were he chose, but they were down on diagonal there. But anyway, it was just some kind of lame stuff like, love, puppy, love. I mean, it's just, fuck it. No point in doing it because he just totally pissed on the whole idea of maybe reducing this content into concepts and ideas, and he just pissed on his own idea. It seems kind of a stupid thing to do. Anyway, award-winning teenage science. Okay, now this one's, I gotta be careful because I don't want to be offensive in some way. Whoa, it's a TED Talk music out of nowhere. I'll turn that off. Ugh, it's a damn autoplays. Yeah, my computer's running slow, so it's not doing what it's supposed to do, and the autoplays are playing for seconds or two. Anyway, the point is, okay, so so they have this this teen science fair stuff, and the girl who won, I don't think she should have won. I think the youngest one here in the middle should have won. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I mean, little things like that are going to irritate me right from the beginning, because I'm saying, well, that was better science than that science, and I don't believe her anyway. But you're also saying that they're very articulate, they're very smart girls, but they're all talking like they invented it, and you're just saying, no, I think somebody must have influenced you, and sounds a little bullshitty. But anyway, it's pretty good. They can even pronounce all these goddamn words, and they did really well in making their presentations. And yeah, it is kind of strange though. It's all women in science, which is kind of weird. What's that about? There was no little scientific, some boy who showed up and said, I did an experiment on my penis, and I found that if I rub it, yeah, there was no penis science. Yeah, no penis science. Anyway, alright, this guy, boring. See, some kind of ambassador from Norway or something talking about, like, somehow, to peace, you have to talk, but you can't talk to everybody, but you gotta talk to everybody, but sometimes you can't talk to them because, well, sometimes you gotta kill them. Well, sometimes just this convoluted bullshit. I mean, totally irrational. And he's a fucking ambassador, and you're just saying, well, this is why the world is at war, because these fuckers can't make a straight, they can't say one thing and actually have the next sentence be consistent with the first sentence. I never saw a guy, he just talked over himself. He just, we have to do this, but we got to make sure we do that. And then we definitely have to do over there, that first. Well, these are important, but that's like strong. Yeah, I confused you, didn't I? Well, that's what he does. That's all these people. They're just talkers. They're not doers. Anyway, this guy. All right, this was all right. Some science about DNA and how it, they have these little animations of the molecules, and it's kind of interesting. The guy kept saying this is scientifically accurate, and it's not. It's consistent with what we know. So just go that far, but don't say this is what it actually looks like. Don't say this is actually scientifically accurate, because no, this is made up. This is, as much as we know, this is consistent with what we know. And it's very good stuff, like I said, but it just goes that one step too far, and he just kept saying this is scientifically accurate. And it almost seemed like that protest too much thing. Like, why are you saying this so aggressively, that this is scientifically accurate? Is somebody saying it's not? Are they saying it for a reason? It just seemed a little desperate. But anyway, it's all good stuff. It is interesting to watch the chemicals, and they do almost behave like little animals, like little creatures themselves. When you see them in the animation, and when you think about what is actually happening. And they actually has the clip of the one that really stirred my brain when it came to science and having to understand this a little better, was when I first saw a movie film of a cell splitting and the chromosomes move to each side. And I was just fascinated by the idea that, look at what this chemistry is doing. It's making these pieces of chemical move from one side to the other like they're alive, like they somehow know what they're supposed to do. And really interesting. Yeah, and it's using those tubercle thingies, those, whatever those fibery thingies are, that Shapiro even brought up, and that makes perfectly good sense, because I was talking about how they're mostly for structure, and yeah, they're basically holding the DNA, and the DNA is eating itself. It learns to chemically move along that infrastructure, those cables. So yeah, interesting. So that was worth watching. But the guy did sound a little bit too, I invented animation. No, you didn't invent animation. No, you didn't do that. Anyway, and then Morley. This woman apparently is just called Morley. Sings this horrid, awful, disgusting, putrid song. That's why it has 22,000 views. This is not a good time. This is not a good song. She looks kind of good there, but yeah. Not good. So that wasn't very entertaining. Oh, that's something I found out though. The TED stands for, TED, Technology, Entertainment, U, and D, Design. That's what it stands for. And that's pretty bogus. I mean, two of those things at least are, a little bit iffy. Design and entertainment. Why is entertainment in there? Hmm? That's not a good thing. No. I mean, look, come on. We know that what's good for you isn't going to be, good. Yeah, it's like the, yeah. Oh, I should have done a potato chip commercial. Maybe I can find a bag. Yeah, I was because the guy sent me potato chips. It was really, really nice, and he sent me, Crown Royal, which is really nice Scotch, whatever whiskey, and really nice quality stuff. Good for sipping, good sipping whiskey, and these are flavored ones. Yeah, wise. So I'll do a commercial for them. Yeah, they were quite adequate. The only problem is, there's not enough in the bag. He's got a big bag, and it only had 6 ounces in it. So come on, I need to eat more than 6 ounces. So that's my only real critique. It is a nice bag, boy. It really does say to you, barbecue potato chips. So it was good. I liked it. So that's it. So we're getting, they're probably making these things as fast as I'm going through them, which is sort of depressing. But I said to myself, I want to do this shit. But yeah, they really are killing me. Some of them are just so bad. You're just like, oh fuck, I gotta sit through this. This atheist guy, I saw some of this one before. I'm really gonna hate him. Atheism 2.0, which he wants 2.0 to mean, just basically bend over for the Christians and have them, yeah, fuck that. Yeah. No, it's gonna be the other way around. It's time for us to do the, insertion into their brains with a little bit of rationality, a big, giant, long, hard rationality stick. But anyway, this is not really a great metaphor. Not great imagery, sorry. I'll just wash it away. Oh, there, it never happened. So anyway, till next time. Ted bores you to death is what these are really like. They're not even entertaining, so that's really the downside, right? They're trying to be entertaining and they're failing. Yeah. For me. Tired. Oh, fuck. So much to do. So much to put off for another day.